After an impressive win at the Autotrader.com Collegiate Classic hosted by Georgia State, head coach Joe Inman takes a few minutes with us to recap the tournament. Coach, thanks for coming out today.
My pleasure.
First off, a day after the win, how good does it feel?
Wow. You know, there was a great philosopher one time, Joe Louis. He also was a boxer, a pretty good boxer, but he said, you know, I've been rich and I've been poor, and rich is better. It's hard to fool old Joe. Well, I've won and I've lost, and winning's better. So it just feels, it's validation that you're moving in the right direction. We started poorly, but I thought we had a good team, and I still think we have a good team. And if they keep progressing like they've done, I think we could have a great team.
You had some players really step up to the challenge. 3 guys in the top 12, Tyler Gruca, Nathan Maloney, Damon Stevenson. How impressive were their performances?
Well, when your All-American from the year before finishes last on your team and you win, that makes you feel awful good. I think we'll get him back where he's All-American again. And if we do that with all these guys stepping up, we really have a chance to be good. But a freshman, Nathan, to get on that last hole, and his guy that he was playing with from South Florida 3-putted for bogey, and he stuffed it and made birdie, that really was the margin of victory.
This is arguably the best performance of any of your teams in 6 years since you've started here at Georgia State. Do you think it's a reward for all the hard work that the players put in over the summer, which obviously we've talked about in the past?
Yes. They've gradually bought into the fact. I kept telling them, I said, guys, the people at Georgia, the people at Southern Cal, the people at Texas, Georgia Tech, all these great teams, they look just like you. They put their pants on just like you. If you work, and if you work on the right things, and if you get your mind where you really prepare, you can play with anybody. And, I think they're really beginning to believe that. I think they really understand that you can get better. You can go backwards. I mean, you can go both ways. And they see now, with what JJ did last year, with Davin having such a great summer. I mean, we listed them as 1 and 2, and they finished 4 and 5 on our team. So that just shows we really are strong top to bottom, 1 through 5, and in the long run, that's what counts.
You had an impressive field of teams you beat, including the likes of Kentucky, Ole Miss, South Florida, defending champion Georgia Southern. What was the response from the team in Berkeley Hills for this year's event?
It was fantastic. They knew who we had coming in. In the rankings of that week, we had 11 teams in the top 100, with 2 teams in the top 25, and they relished that. They loved that they had teams there that they could measure themselves by. And I keep preaching to them, if you want to be good, get the biggest pond you can get in. Go out there and fight the best, because that's how you find out what it takes. And so they looked forward to being able to compete. The week before, we played okay. We got right there. We were ahead of Florida State going in the last round, and they let down a little the last day, but not a lot, just a little. And I think after the first 2 days, where they let down at the end just a little bit, we had a talk that night, and I said, boys, run through the tape. Don't run to the tape. Run right through it. And they just were pounding and going to the last hole, and really the last 2 holes was what did it.
With the team's result, they moved up more than 30 spots in the golf stat rankings to 56th, and should be in the top 60 when the new Golf Week rankings come out later this week. How does that put you kind of with one tournament left to go in the fall of where you wanted to be, where you hope to be going?
That's a good question. And I'll answer it totally honestly. I think we're better than that. That's what I think. I think we're a better team than that. And so I want them to relish today, to take the day off, get all your schoolwork done, go relax, because we're getting back with it on Thursday. We're better than that, and that you can't be satisfied. Winning, you won at home. Great. I mean, it's wonderful. We all want to win. Let's go beat somebody at their place. Let's go show that on any kind of course, in any kind of conditions, we have 5 strong players who run through the tape, act like a gentleman, and see where the chips fall. And I think that'll be good for us.
And before we let you go, what kind of momentum does this give you guys going into the final fall event up at UNC Greensboro in about 8-9 days?
Great momentum. I mean, they're pumped. They're kids. They're excited. So calm them down. and let them know you're never as good as you are when you win, and you're never as bad as you are when you play bad. You're somewhere in the middle. Let's move that up.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time, and congratulations again on the win.